Greetings, brothers and sisters. It's Smartsistah back at you once again in episode 4. And today, I'm going to talk about being horny, the disease of white people, and why the Democratic Party isn't supporting all the black women running for office despite their loyalty. So anyway, stay tuned. It's gonna be good, especially the horny part. Okay? And I'll see you in a minute. Are you a Fulani soul sister? Well, you need to be, because you need to claim your culture and add Fulani Soul Sisters line of Fulani earrings, African printed head wraps, and wooden earrings that will add that special African style to your everyday outfit. So go by allthingstony.com and get yours today. Woo, Lord, we are here for the live segment of my show, and honey, I'm going to talk about being horny. Yes, I said it. I'm talking about being horny. Now, come on now. All of us have experienced it at some point in our life, and Lord knows, seemed like I done got old and even more horny. Now I understand them dirty old men. Hell, I done become a dirty old woman, be trying to touch a little young man on his arm, try to feel a little something whenever I can. But being horny is not cute, and we all know it. And men, y'all think y'all can get it bad? Well, we can too. Now they say y'all get blue balls. Well, honey, we can get blue uterus, blue lips, blue whatever, because we can get just as horny, just as bad. And unfortunately, too many of us adults make stupid ass decisions based on being horny. You know, you try to get in where you fit in so you can get laid, and unfortunately the shit can get you in big trouble if you let it. So hopefully most of us have grown to be adults that can handle it and take care of it or whatever, because I definitely have to take care of it, or I will be blind, crippled, and crazy. And see, that's what's wrong with a lot of people walking around. They damn horny. They need to get them some, and then maybe they wouldn't be so damn mean or angry or whatever, because you know damn well after you got taken care of, them corners dusted out, you grinning and happy and all kind of shit. So let's keep that 100. People, get laid. That is my thing for today. And really, I'm bringing up being horny not just to talk about the sexual aspect of it, but to think about it. Being horny or whatever is a reminder for you. It's a reminder for you to get close to someone, because that's as close to somebody as you can get having sex. It's a natural urge or whatever. It comes from our bodies in the sense of us having to procreate, for us to keep going as human beings. It's just a natural thing that our bodies go through, and it just makes you more aware of like I said, being close to someone, getting affection from someone, being hopefully in a good relationship where you can have great sex. And I mean, let's be honest, that's part of what life is all about. So I'm taking that whole feeling of talking about being horny in the sense of applying it to your life. Okay? Horniness, like I said, is a reminder of something. And that's how we need to look at our lives sometimes. We got to remind ourselves what is important, what is the purpose, as I talked about last week, of your life. What direction are you going in? And then if you can figure that out, you can satisfy that question, then you are on the road to being happy and to having a full life. So just like sex, you get horny, you go crazy and whatever, go cross-eyed. But basically, if you find and have a partner or someone that you can have sex with that can satisfy that particular need, then if you notice, like I said, your mind gets clearer, you get rid of stress, you can function better. And that's the same thing of, like I said, how it applies, how we should look at that in terms of our lives. Get rid of the stress, get rid of the bullshit, because that's unfortunately what is messing up so many people in this day and time. People worrying about money, people worrying about what is going to happen in the future, people worrying about global warming, worrying about, 45. Well, the one thing that I've learned in my 57 years, like my mother always said, this too shall pass. Okay, basically, the reason why I don't have any wrinkles at this age and really no gray hair, which what little I do have, I will dye it, but is the fact that I don't worry about a damn thing I can't do anything about. Why? What's gonna happen? If you don't do whatever, is the world gonna end? No. It goes right on without you. Okay, and I'm not saying that we all can't have an impact, that we all can't make a difference in the world, because I totally believe that. But by the same token, in your own life, you have to get a hold of what you're doing and what you're feeling and thinking, because if you don't, all this crap out here could drive you crazy as a loon. Okay? Think about, like I said, your life, what your legacy is, who you are, what you're doing, and then look at, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can help some people register to vote, I can go here, I can go there, I can read this, I can read, and call it a day, because you're not going to stop any of it. The world goes on. Mother Nature, global warming. When this planet gets tired of our ass, it can get rid of our ass. All right? And I believe that too. Because Mother Nature is not happy. She's a bit pissed at this point. So that's why we having some of this weird crap going on in the world. And like I said, we're out of balance. We're off kilter. And that is what is going to change a lot of shit for the better ultimately, because the world is going to correct itself. Okay, and all you could do is think about what little part in that you can play, and then after that, let it go. Because it's not gonna, losing sleep over it, doing whatever. Tomorrow, the sun is gonna come up as just as sure as I'm black sitting here talking into this mic. Okay, that doesn't change. It always have. The sun doesn't take a break, okay, or whatever. It comes up every single day. That's how you know your ass is alive and that the planet is still here. So why don't you just take some peace in knowing that, and then being able to, live your life in a more abundant way, because honey, we're not here for very long. And you got to go ahead and take care of yourself and let go of some of this stress and do the best that you can. And then that's it. Okay, that is it. And that is why when you horny, you need to go and take care of that. Some way, shape, form, how, whatever. So your eyes ain't crossing and you're looking crazy. All right. You need to get laid, people. And that is how you can live your life better in every sense of the word. Not only just in sex, but let's say life getting laid is identifying who and what you are and where you want to go. I did that this week. I went to the beach, got out my little composition pad, and I was like, okay, who am I? And I wrote it down. Who do I think I am? I wrote every aspect of that down. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur. Now I'm a podcaster. I've been a filmmaker. I've done all these different things. And then I said, but really, who am I? What do I think? How do I feel about things? Whatever. And I can't stress enough how important I think journaling is. By writing down your thoughts and being real with yourself, not having to impress anyone, not having to react to what somebody else is thinking. If you can journal, just put your pure emotions, your pure thoughts down on a piece of paper and keeping it to yourself, and it's your little secret place, then you would be surprised how much that can clear your mind and help you to move forward. So that's all for this week's segment on life. Like I said, people, get laid and keep it pushing. Happy White People Day, 4th of July, celebration of the country's freedom, which my people were still slaves at the time. So I don't even know why we still celebrating, but any excuse to have a party. But because I ain't even gonna lie, I'm eating a little barbecue today. But basically today I'm just gonna talk about in my race segment today, get started on our discussion of white supremacy, what it is, what it means, where it came from, all of that. And I'm not going to do too much on that today. I'm going to make this a little short, but basically what I want you all to understand, what I want to achieve with this race section of my show is to really for us to delve into some issues about race that deal with white people. I think we are always looking at the oppressed person or the oppressed group all the time, and no one turns the tables and looks at the oppressor. Who are white people? Where did they come from? What is your origin? When you're really new on the game on the time period of your existence, because black people, as we all know, all human beings evolved or whatever and came from black people, even though there is some discussion about white folks not coming from us, in the sense that there have been some studies about Neanderthals, and Neanderthals, as we know, we were learned in history, is one stage of man's development. However, there is no DNA connection to Africans in Neanderthals. Okay, there's none. Black people were never Neanderthals. So I'm going to delve into that too. And before y'all start talking about racist, oh, you're a racist or what, you can call me whatever you want. Don't call me late for dinner. I think that's just the problem. Nobody wants to look at the science. Nobody wants to, they get all up in their feelings. And that's where our problems lie. And that's with black and white people. Black folks, sometimes we want to strive so hard to distance ourselves from white folks and what they've done or whatever, which is normal. However, you have to look at the science, and you have to look at stuff which really the science shows on our side that we were first, that we created humanity and civilization, not white people. So, I mean, you don't have to go far to figure that one out. And the other thing is, white folks don't want to admit that they are really the mutations, that they really came from recessive genes that we don't have. So that is the issue. No white person wants to admit that. No white person wants to own up to the fact that you are not superior in a whole bunch of ways. And that's what I'm going to talk about. And, if white people can't handle that, that's not my problem. The only reason why I'm bringing it up in terms of for black folks is that we have got to stop wasting so much time worrying about what a white man is doing, what he gonna do, what he ain't gonna do. And don't get me wrong, you have to know who your enemy is, or you have to know the person that's playing in the game against you. You have to know their tactics or whatever to beat them. But that's just it. You can't beat them. They do not have all power. They are not all knowing. Well, white man is not God. Okay, so that is why I am talking about race, why I am really going to talk about the real issues of race and not all this old kumbaya bullshit that we've been listening to forever. Because I look at it like this: if getting rid of racism or white supremacy was as simple as education, then it should have disappeared a long time ago. We know that it goes down to the damn DNA, honestly. And that is what we're going to have to really face and own up to in order to deal with this. Okay, white people, you're going to have to deal with yourself. You're going to have to deal with your own people, because in a lot of ways you created all this crap. Okay, so that's on you. And to keep turning around and telling everybody else how inferior they are and, you know, how effed up they are, then we were just fine until you came along. Okay, when you look at history, everybody was fine, was thriving until the white man came along. And that is just the honest to God truth. Who got in a boat and went around and oppressed every damn body else? It was the white man. And that is simple fact. We need to get, like I said, out of our feelings to start looking at shit the way it is and the way it went down and deal with it. And that's the only way you're going to solve the issue. Because just like white folks ain't going nowhere, people of color ain't going nowhere. So as Martin Luther King said, we either live together as brothers or perish as fools. And the bottom line is the time has come where the white man's time is just about up. And he knows it. And that's why, well, I'm not going to say his name. That's why 45 is in there. And people are trying to hold on to the last vestiges of their supremacy or privilege or whatever you want to call it. But the time is up. It's over. It's over. And people of color, stop worrying about being oppressed. It shows that when we come together and we pool our resources and we do what we have to do and we build our own communities, that's all that's necessary. I don't feel the kumbaya shit. Really. I don't have to live with you. I don't have to mix with you. I don't have to do whatever. We can work together in communities. Everybody can work together. You know, black people, white people, Asian people, Latino people, whatever. We can still have our own separate stuff and then work together and build whatever we need to build. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's basically what is going on in the United States anyway. Okay, where you give me a totally integrated area and see who's in there. Okay, the bottom line is everybody is living where they want to live, doing what they want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. You got to love yourself before you can even deal with anything else, and that's the problem. That's the trick, is that we've been told that, oh, you have to be around Caucasians or be in their mix in order to be about something. And we all know that is not true. Not at all. You know, we don't need them for anything. Well, yeah, we do. We need their money. But that's about it. Other than that, what else can they do for us that we can't do for ourselves? And we can even create our own money in terms of pooling our own resources. So that is the point of the race issue, the race points that I'm going to make. We're going to look at, where did white people come from? Why is there white supremacy? What was the problem, the reason why it had to be formed in the first place? Why do white people feel that they have to own the world or rule the world or put people of color in check and be supreme? Where does that come from? Okay, and some white folks, no, they don't feel that way. And I know that I'm not going to blanket them like us, but however, you are complicit with white supremacy if you are not fighting it. Okay, so I don't want to hear that shit either. I didn't own slaves. I'm not like that. Well, you benefiting from it. I don't see you giving that up. I don't see you giving up your privilege at all. So that you're complicit. So go ahead and take your hit and do what you got to do because you are a part of the problem. Or if, like Malcolm said, you're part of the problem, part of the solution. And that's what it's going to come down to. So that is all I'm going to talk about today, honey. I got to go eat this little bit of barbecue. And I'll see you next week when we'll really start breaking this down. All right. Thanks. Have a good one. And we're on to the next segment. Well, three holes in the ground, says the blind man. I just want to first say I am so happy Alexandria won in New York, but we really are going to have to look at what's going on now. Everybody is flipping out because she says she's a Democratic socialist. And what kills me about people, they don't even understand what the hell a socialist is, what communism is, what democracy is. Basically, democracy is a political system and communism is an economic system. So they actually could both exist together, people. All this crap we have in our brain, I hate socialism, I hate communism. Where is that shit coming from when you don't even really know what the hell it is? Let's go ahead and just be honest about that. We don't live in a democracy. It's a representative democracy. You vote for somebody that then represents you and passes legislation. Russia does that. Okay, they have a Duma or something, a group that they elect. Now, yeah, they may rig it. They may make sure, Putin has made sure that his party has run everything. But hell, look at us here in the United States. The damn Republicans have done the same thing. Okay, they have made sure that they're going to stay in power, and that's why you got 45. Okay, and they're going to support him no matter what the hell he does. Or as long as he does what they want, they're going to give him what he wants. So what's the damn difference? Okay, as I said, communism and democracy can exist at the same time. Russia is so anti-socialist, so anti everything that you think socialism is, and that's not what Russia is. And socialism is what we should be doing. When you look at some of the top countries in the world that are run by a socialist system, is Canada, Finland, Belgium. There's even a lot of socialist stuff in China that you say is a communist system. Okay, but they are some of the most educated, well taken care of people in the world. And yeah, some of the taxes may be high, but you'll pay that if you're getting free health care, if you're getting free education, you're getting a lot of free everything to help you make it. So we really need to step back and look at what is really going on in the world and what works and what doesn't work. And basically, when you look at Russia and the United States, they're very, very similar because Russia now has a class system. It's not communist where everybody has everything and everybody's dipping in the same well. No, they have a class system. They have elites. Why do you think Putin is so rich? He came right in and took and got his as far as the country is concerned. So then that's why he's so in cahoots with our government here because they act like a capitalist system just like us. So wake up, people. Quit falling for this stuff. I have never hated a communist or a socialist because they ain't done a damn thing to me. Okay, as a black person. If anything, a lot of those groups have tried to help black people. So, get off the bullshit and understand how these systems work, understand what economic systems are and what political systems are. Look at our politics. All of our representatives, for the most part, are bought and paid for. Look at all the what do you call it? I'm having a loss for words right now. All the people, lobbyists. That's what I'm thinking of. How bought and paid for is the government right there? You want to sit up here and talk about your freedom and what all and how the United States is? Well, hell, the big corporations pay for everything and buy these people. That's why they're voting for and passing all these stupid ass legislations that ain't getting nobody nowhere but rich folks. Okay? So why don't you just step back? Like I said, that can be your homework for this week, is to step back and understand, do a damn civics lesson and go back and read and understand what politics are and how they work, and stop tripping because Mrs. Cortez in New York is referring to herself as a democratic socialist. If the hell you knew what it meant, you wouldn't be so upset, because that's what's going to get us out of what we're in. We've got to get health care. We've got to get free education. There's nothing wrong with that. You're paying for all this other bullshit. You don't know what the hell the Pentagon is spending their money on. And all those countries I said earlier that are socialist, Canada, Belgium, Netherlands, all of them, are they in war? Are they spending gazillions of dollars running all over the world, having armies set up to watch everybody and do everything? No, they don't have to. So get your stuff together and start understanding what kind of situation we're really dealing with and where we are and what we're doing. That's what Americans need to worry about, and stop falling for all these catchphrases that you don't even know what the hell means, just like in economics. And maybe I'll talk about that next week. Most of us, we don't understand how economics really work. We really don't. And then we're always throwing all these terms around and don't know what the hell they mean. So that is it for this week, and I am out of here. Have a great one. Thank you for coming by the show today, and I really appreciate your support. I really hope I'm able to reach you and help you and give you some information or whatever. Or even if I piss you off, that is the point. At least you're thinking, you're feeling something, and that's exactly what I want the audience that follows me to do. I want you to feel and I want you to think. So thanks again for stopping by. The show now is on iTunes and Stitcher. It should be coming to Google Play and Spotify very soon. So please go there and give me a comment or a like or subscribe. And next month I'm going to do some type of promotion for everybody that leaves a review or whatever of the show on any of those venues. So please keep me in mind also to give any type of donation that you can afford. It takes time, it takes money, it takes everything to make this show possible, and I really want to keep it going for us so I can continue to be independent voice that we need out here in this world today. So you can go to my website, smartsistah.com, and there's a link to my Patreon page, or you can go directly to Patreon. That's patreon.com/smartsistah, and you will find my page. And as I said, always feel free to give me any ideas for shows or any topic you'd like for me to address by emailing me at smartsistah@gmail.com. So anyway, thanks again, and I will see you next week. And remember, know thyself. Have a good one.